Okay, we're going to look at how we can get into our glutes. Now, we're going to start off with some stretches first. We're going to do towards like the lacrosse ball as well, just to get in there and dig them out a little bit more. And when we want to get into our glutes, we're going to stretch everything out here, right in the butt, okay? We've got tight glutes, it can cause us a lot of issues with our squats, with our overhead positioning, when we're going into our jerks, and also when we're going in our conditioning workouts. So our glutes are tight and we're picking the bar off the floor in our deadlifts or anything like that. We can push around and around the glute. We need to make sure it's nice and loose, we can open it all up and keep a nice neutral posture the whole time. So when I go into this, the first thing I can do is literally put my foot in front of me and my knee down. And then I sit up nice and high in that stretch. Now when I'm here, all that's doing is pinpointing this part of my glute here, really stretching that out. I sit up nice and high, and if I want to increase the stretch, all I have to do is sit down into that bottom position and push my butt back. So let's shift the weight, I push my butt back and I increase the stretch getting into that glute. Now another way we can do it is, instead of having the foot completely out in front of you, we can actually pull the foot down. Okay, and now I can sit straight back and down into that stretch. Now if you've got tighter glutes, you'll definitely fit it here. If you're quite supple, then you may have to bring that foot out in front of you just to increase the stretch and get a better angle on that glute when you want to get into it. Okay? That's how we can stretch it out, but we need to dig it out and we can use a lacrosse ball. So, all I do with this is just place the lacrosse ball on a platform, and I can sit onto that ball and really dig out that glute. Now, this is quite tight, and it's quite hard to do, so you can adjust the pressure we put on that the whole time. Don't just sit straight on it because it's going to hurt like hell. Make sure we get on it, find a position, and I'm not just going to sit on the ball, right? I'm actually going to get to a position where I can manipulate where I move and roll over that ball. If I find a point that's tight, I can then go from side to side. I can increase the pressure I put on that ball to get into that knob, dig it out that way. That gets into the main body of the glute with that shot. But if we want to get into the top of our glutes, which is there's ways we can do that. So, okay, so one thing I can do is actually pull myself up against the wall, and I'll get that ball right up into the top of my glutes here. Okay. Now when I do this, I'm going to pull myself around onto the wall. My heels are on the wall, and I get the butt nice and close. I force my butt down. I want my butt to sit high. I want to keep my butt down nice and low, so it's in contact with the floor. I get the ball and I place it under that point in my glute. I then can manipulate that and actually rotate my hips, and I can increase the pressure. I can decrease the pressure by pulling myself up slightly, and I can roll side to side onto that ball. If I want to increase the pressure, all I have to do is tilt the pelvis and push my butt down to the ground and then roll again from side to side. And that will get right up into the top of our glute here. So we've used the lacrosse ball there to manipulate the main body of the glute, actually getting to this point here. And we've also used it to get into the top of our glute here, okay? And then remember, we want to stretch it out. All we have to do is go into that nice deep stretch and sit into that position there, keeping that foot up and sitting up nice and high. Or we can bring ourselves down, force the weight back through the glute, get into it that way as well. And that is just a few ways we can get into our glutes and start digging them out.